Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have the First Order versus the Empire. We've got Ned versus Ben on the table and this is looking like it's going to be a really good fun game. I mean, we've got 5 Phantoms on the Empire side. Yes, you can fit 5 Phantoms onto the board, which is absolutely insane. But let's quickly run through those lists. So what we do have on Ned's side is Kylo Ren in the TIE Whisper with Hate, Brilliant Evasion, Pattern Analyzer, and the Enhanced Jamming Suite. We've got Scorch with Determination, Fanatical, and Threat Sensors. We've got 2 FO bombers with Jul Jerjerrod with Fanatical, Skill Bombardier, and Bomblet Generator, and Grudge rocking the same loadout, so Fanatical, Skill Bombardier, and Bomblet Generator. We also have Petty Officer Thanisson in the Upsilon. He is rocking Biohexacrypt Codes, Sensor Boys Suite, Novice Technician, Captain Phasma, Heavy Laser Cannon, and the Ablative Plating. Now, on the other side, as I said, we have 5 Phantoms. Specifically, we have Echo with Lone Wolf and Duke. We have 4 IMDAR test pilots. Now, 3 of them are loaded out exactly the same. We have Suppressive Gunner and Target Computer on 3 of the 4. And the final IMDAR test pilot has got Fire Control System, Tiber Saxon, and the Targeting Computer. Obviously, those 4 are just casually hanging out at the top of the board, all together in a big block, and that is a scary block to come up against. Echo is just currently hidden behind the overlay down on the bottom right. Obviously, Lone Wolf and Duke, he is going to want to be running on their own and just causing some absolute shenanigans. Now, this isn't standard loadout Echo either. This is build your own Echo. So obviously we'll have to be doing the bank template decloak at all points. But I just absolutely love this setup. 5 Phantoms is brilliant. You will notice 3 of these Phantoms are actually 3D printed Phantoms. Ben does not own 5 regular Phantoms, and those are really cool models, those 3D printed Phantoms. They are a lot larger, but we will try and keep track of who is doing what throughout the game. But looks like we've got some early aggression from the First Order with those bombers moving into a nice position. They've obviously dropped their sensor boys, which is really handy, actually, getting a good early push up on getting locks. So with the sensor boys, you can place 2 sensor boy remotes beyond range 2 of any board edge. Before you engage, you may acquire a lock on a ship at range 0 to 1 of a friendly sensor boy, ignoring range restrictions. Now, because that's before you engage, that's after you've taken your own token already. So you could have a focus, and then you could then be grabbing a lock. So really, really handy there. With these Phantoms, obviously, they can be a bit of a glass cannon. Only got 2 evades natively, but if they are cloaked, they are going to be a lot harder to hit, and it's going to be very, very tricky. Now, it'll be interesting to see how these bombers do. One thing I do love about the FO bomber is that they do have the system phase action. So during the system phase, you may perform a boost action. So actually gives them a nice bit of speed there. With Jul Jerjerrod, after you perform a boost action, you may spend 1 of your charges to remove 1 non-lock red or orange token, which is always quite nice. And Grudge, has a really cool ability. While a friendly bomb or mine at range 0 to 2 detonates, each time attack dice are rolled to resolve its effect, you may reroll up to one of those dice, which is always good fun if you decide, actually, I've spent the time, got that bomb in position, and it's not done anything. I would like to do something about that. Now, we do have one standard loadout ship on the board, which is Scorch, which is one of the EOD standard loadouts. So he's got a couple of upgrades that we don't typically see on there. So Determination. While you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your bullseye, you may suffer one hit to add one focus result. So very much an aggressive piece there. And threat sensors, while you defend, if you're not stressed, you may reroll one focus result. So a little bit of aggression, a little bit of defensive play there with Scorch, but he is just hanging out over in that top left-hand corner at the moment, just sort of hedging his bets on where things are going to go. Obviously, not like Ned, kind of anticipating a lot of action down this bottom end of the board, but those Phantoms so far have slow rolled forward and just cloaked. Going to be interesting to see where their decloaks are going to take them, whether they're going to push forward and try and get really aggressive and focus down on something, probably the Upsilon. Big 6-point ship there. But I will say it is very cool to see 5 Phantoms on the board. It's not something you would expect, and not something you used to be able to do back in the day. So to be able to have 5 Phantoms on the board, I mean, it used to be scary seeing the 4 Phantoms. Obviously, you can't stick Duke on there, which is a bit of a shame, but that would be quite broken. But a lot of staging so far from Ned, trying to get his ships into position to be able to handle just the sheer bulk of Phantoms. And looks like the initiative has gone over to Ben. Do we see any boosts or bomb movements? Does not look like it, but it is the aggressive push forward with those Phantoms. So decloaking 2 forward with all of those. Absolutely love that aggression. Slow roll into a quick speed move. Question is, do they bank in to try and catch out Thanisson, or do they maybe just slow roll up again? And we could see a series of banks in. Ooh, Shuttle just doing the one forward there. Not bad. You don't really want to commit it too early, because again, that shuttle, it's got a lot of health, but as with all big ships, only one evade on there, so a big swarm of ships can quite quickly take that down. And those Phantoms do have 3 dice apiece, can get the lock, and also have that suppressive gunner on there, which could make it incredibly frustrating. So if you haven't seen it in a while, suppressive gunner, while you perform an attack, you may spend 1 focus result. If you do, the defender gains 1 deplete token unless it chooses to suffer 1 damage. And that is actually one of a really good upgrade to have against a ship like the Upsilon, because it has 4 attack dice natively. So depleting it and dropping that out. Oh, here we go. Here is the bank. 3 bank from Red coming in. Oh, that is going to be incredibly aggressive there. Does he lock, or does he? Yeah, he gets the focus. I think when you're that close with potential range 1 shots, getting that focus is going to be ideal. And will it be 3 banks? Yeah, 3 banks all around. Now, depending on what Scorch does, I would anticipate I mean, I would say I'd anticipate shooting from the rear all the way forward, but there's no token on Thanisson. Gotta be careful though, because Thanisson does have some tractor shenanigans, so during the activation or engagement phase, after a ship in your forward arc at range 0 to 2 gains 1 stress token, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, that ship gains 1 tractor token. So do have to be careful of that. And here comes Scorch. He's trying to flank round those phantoms. He would absolutely love a boost right now, but barrel roll could have got him a bullseye on to blue at the back there, but he's going to stick where he is just with a focus. And looks like these bombers and Kylo are just going to go for Echo and just try and deal with him and then come back in, but potentially nice spot there. I would say reasonable spot there to drop a bomb. Would have been nice to be a bit further over to try and drop that, but I'll be interested to see how much damage output those phantoms can put out. Whether they're going to, if Thanisson is still there, if they're going to actually cloak, because looking at it, I mean, Red's in a bit of a tricky position when it comes to cloak. That's very aggressive from Kylo, and he does land that boost. Echo could be in some trouble there. But as I was saying, those phantoms up there, it's going to be tricky for them to all be able to decloak successfully and in decent positions. But Kylo has just got rid of Echo's evade token there. That is pretty unfortunate. And Echo is going to take 2 damage there straight off the bat from Kylo. Would have liked to have get a little bit more on there. Spending Lone Wolf. No, it is still going to be 2 damage onto Echo. So shields down on Echo there. And with Ben having the initiative, Echo is going to get a chance to shoot. Looks like he's going into Jul Jerjerrod there. Ooh, not bad. 2 hits, able to save that focus. And that is 2 shields down on Jerjerrod. And obviously I know that they were, when they were making these pilots, they kind of had to pick names from the games, but some of them are just not the nicest to actually say, as it were. Jul Jerjerrod. Very absolute sci-fi interesting name, bit of a pain. But that's an unfortunate. Is that Scorch or Jul shooting there? Oh, it's Jul Jerjerrod. Does he want to spend that focus? I mean, you may as well. No, saving that focus there. Didn't think anything else was going to really attack there, so likely that Echo would have been fine, but... And here comes Scorch. And he is dropping a strain token. That's from the Merciless ability. While you perform an attack, you may choose another friendly ship of rank 0 to 1 of the defender. If you do, that ship gains a strain token and you may re-roll a blank result. So again, a lot of like aggressive play here. It looks like a pretty decent roll there. This is into yellow. It looks like that could be at least 2. So 1 has definitely gone through. Just debating, does he spend that evade? Doesn't have Dukes, so obviously nice to get that decloak, but looks like he is just going to take the damage there. So 2 shields on the yellow Imdar test pilot. Now it is going to move down to these Phantoms. How much damage can they put in to Thanisson? A very good start there. So is this the point where he uses suppressive, gives it the disarm, or does he go greedy and go for the damage? I mean, that's guaranteed 2 going through. Spending the focus, going for 3. And that's all 3 through, so that's 25% down on Thanisson. And now, if they can all do that, that could be incredibly damaging. But so, yellow now, range 2. Ooh. Yeah, 100%. Spend the focus there. Guarantee 1 more damage through. Oh, sorry, it's strained, so both damage going through, still strained. 2 more damage going through. That is 7 points of damage already through, 1 left to shoot. Oh, that's a big one as well. Hit, crit, crit. That is 2 left, and those crits are going to be a weapons failure. That is very unfortunate. And a loose stabilizer onto Petty Officer Thanisson. He has taken 10 points of damage in the opening salvo from Ben. That is massive. He's still up. Suppressive Gunner was not used there, so and the strains actually came from Saxons. After you forward attack at range 1 to 2 that hits, if the defender has no face-up damage card, you may spend 1 or more of your charges. For each charge you spend, the defender gains 1 strain token. So absolutely brutal there from Red Imdar. Now, the only thing that would have made this even better... Ooh, looks like we're forgetting the weapons failure there. So that's 1 damage. That looks like it's going to go to red, but forgetting weapons failure, and if you'd have had a deplete as well, that would have really nullified that Upsilon there. But in the end, that is a really good turn there for Ben. It is 4 points to 2. 3 of the Phantoms have cloaked. I believe all 4 have cloaked. Unfortunately, with the big tokens, we actually only have 3 of the reversible cloak and evade tokens, mainly because we actually only have 3 Phantoms, so we never really thought we'd ever see 5 on the board, so we don't have enough for those. But those phantoms are cloaked. I am very interested to see where they decloak to. I could imagine seeing a couple of them decloak into the up the board to ship right, but we will have to wait and see. It is a very interesting spot, but here we have a Bomblet Generator dropped from Jul Jerjerrod there, doing the boost and drop. That could be pretty tricky for Echo. He is probably going to get caught out by that. But here we go. Yeah, red decloaking, ship right, anticipating the one hard candy cane back in then. Do the rest, all follow suit. Okay, yellow, definite. Now, it would be nice if they were the same, if Scorch was going first, because that could be a nice block there, but they are initiative 3, so they will go before Scorch. But where is Thanisson going to go? The Upsilon is notoriously bad when it comes to getting turned back around. It has no quick turn K's, sloops, or Talon rolls. Does not have a rear arc either. Ooh. A big 3 bank there from the Upsilon. That could be pretty good. I think that might, if they are doing the candy cane 1 hard to ship left, I think green will end up bumping, but that is reinforcing the rear to give some extra defense security. I think at this point it is literally damage limitation with Thanisson now. He's really not in a great position. Grudge just getting into a nice spot there so that he can actually catch Echo with his ability. So Phasma causing red to get a strain there. Ending the engaged phase, each enemy ship range 0 to 1 that is not stressed gains 1 stress token, so that's quite nice. Stops the gaining of the cloak action. But it's the 1 bank from both of those two so far, so they will have no shot on Thanisson. Looks like we've got a target locked down onto Grudge. Oh, Thanisson might have got away with this. Blue at the back might still be able to get a shot, but we could see Thanisson around just a little bit longer. There we go. We've got 1 shot definite into Thanisson. Where is Echo going to go? We going to see that now. Oh, read the bomb drop beautifully there. Echo 3 banking away from that. Still though, Jul Jerjerrod is popped himself in a nice spot there to be able to still catch, possibly bump into the back. And Echo grabbing that evade, I genuinely think that is the right call. Ooh, what is Jerjerrod doing? He's got the 3 out. Has he called it to perfection? Is this a sloop? I would absolutely... It is a sloop right in front of Echo there. That is fantastic. Absolutely love seeing that. Slooping right in front of Echo, still going to be able to put the pressure on there. Probably the only ship that's going to be able to put any pressure onto Echo, so it is great to see that in effect. Scorch bumping into blue at the back there. Now I'm curious as to where Kylo is going. Bit of pointing there at the table. I think just confirming who has or what damage on them. And the debate, does he take a red focus or does he leave Scorch unstressed to use the ability of gaining stress to roll one additional attack die? They're going to take the stress focus. Ooh, one hard from Kylo there. That's going to put him in range of that bomb though. And that's going to put that will put him in range of the Bomblet Generator there. Oh, interesting barrel roll. Not sure he's going to quite get arc there, but Grudge is definitely going to be taking the bomb. Will Echo, I think, is out, and Kylo is very close. That could go so close, it could literally go either way, but I do think that Kylo is likely to be taking some bomb there. Now the action bar on the TIE Whisper is just absolutely insane. When you got that enhanced jamming suit on there, everything is white. Everything can link to a rotate or a jam. It is just so crazy, but looks like Grudge doing the re-roll there. Not sure who took what. But moving on to shooting, so Echo first into Jul Jerjerrod. Oh, that is not nice. Target lock would have been lovely, but still gets a damage through on Jul Jerjerrod. That is half points. Jerjerrod is going to get the opportunity to strike back there. And Fanatical is now alive, so this could take out Echo, who has been quite well nullified by having Kylo there jamming things off. Ooh, Echo is... Oh, he's got Lone Wolf. Echo is down to 1. Echo is half pointed. I mean, he's got Lone Wolf to run on his own, but it is not panning out very well for him so far. He is getting absolutely whipped around by Kylo and Jul Jerjerrod. He's not doing too badly though. He has half point of Jul Jerjerrod, but it's tricky. But now here comes the rest of the Phantoms. Oh, sorry, Scorch first, obviously. Didn't see who was targeting, but looking at the angle, I think it's... Well, he's straining green. Got the focus, nothing shooting at him, so 3 hits. All 2 evades. Over to the overlay, 1 damage. That is actually into yellow, so did just get arc on yellow, trying to take that Imdar out. Don't blame me, it would have been a nice couple of 4 points, but looks like we are moving on to the rest of the Phantoms. We're going to save Thanisson for last. 2 hits into Grudge so far. Grudge did take 1 for the bomb earlier, but a bomber with multiple evades. Lovely to see. Having 2 shields on the bomber as well is such a... It's the same amount of health as a regular bomber, but that crit protection you get from shields, can't beat that. Oh, some great evades there, but that is shields down on Grudge. So Grudge does now have Fanatical live and looks like might survive the rest of the turn. I think Imdar is just out of range, but blue is fully in range 1 of Thanisson, and that is going to be Thanisson taken out. 3 hits and a crit, 1 evade finally for Thanisson, but that is the Upsilon down. Big 6 points, very ineffective in this game, unfortunately. Set up the sensor boys, but only 1 damage, like 1 successful hit from Thanisson. A huge 6 points, not really worth it. So that is unfortunate, and that's going to be the end of that round. With the scoring, it's 6 points to 8 at the moment. Oh, 8 all, in fact, when we total up the objective scoring, which is area control for this one. So even with Thanisson down, it is a tied game. Half points on Echo and Yellow, really bringing this back. As I said, we've got 6 points on Thanisson, half points on Jerjerrod, so that's another point, and 1 point on objectives so far for Ben, but 4 objectives and 4 on half points in Ned's favour. Could go either way. Echo really hurting, only got 1 health left, but Ned is going to have to commit his ships back towards those 4 Phantoms now. He can't leave too much focusing solely on Echo. And Echo can sneak through. And I was actually playing the other table with my son this night, and he obviously got a little teddy and wanted me to make sure it ended up on the table. So if any of you spotted that on there, please do put a comment down there of little blue teddy, and I will let my son know, and he'll be incredibly happy that you spotted that. But as I say, Echo in a decent position to just sort of get out of the way at the moment. Kylo, with that obstacle there, not in a great position to come in and chase. Could do the 1 hard, but puts Kylo a little bit out of it. Really, Ned is going to want to see if he can get everyone coming in on those Imdars. Jerjerrod, I'm a little bit surprised not to see a Bomblet Generator drop. I'll say that we are doing an initiative order, so it's not often you get this much system phase action in a game. I mean, we've got, what, 5 Phantoms that can system phase. You've got the bombers that can system phase. So we've got 7 ships on the board that can all do system phase. There we go. There's the Bomblet Generator. Now, at this point, I reckon Ned wishes he had the Empire bombers for their nimble bomber to be able to swing it round. But even if it doesn't catch Echo, it's still something that Ben is going to have to think about. A lovely little sloop there from Grudge. Definitely going to be getting in behind at least one of those Phantoms. Ooh. Red just moving out there just to pick up some objective scoring points. Let's see where the rest go. Are we reckoning 2 forwards from the other 3? We are in turn 4 at the moment, so points are tied even. Ooh, bank move there. I just saw the token in Ben's hand. Oh, straight on to the rock for green. Onto the debris, sorry, less than ideal there. Taking it back, was it supposed to be the other way? Oh, it's supposed to be a 2 forward. You know what, again, I've said it many times over the last couple of years on the channel. One of the things I love about the group we have playing X-Wing and just X-Wing players in general, when we're having a casual game, if a mistake happens, we don't tend to be like, nope, that's what happened, you've got to do it. There's always that, oh, yeah, you know what, that's fine, it's a casual game. Tournament, completely understand. Different situations. Sometimes game hinges on accuracy, but in a casual game with your friends that you see week in, week out, you don't want to be like, no, you dialed that wrong. Like, it's got to be that way now. So fair play to Ned, allowing Ben to sort that out. His dial, I believe, if I remember rightly, when I was overlaying it, I heard him say that it slipped. He initially meant to do the 2 forward, and Ned was like, that's okay. I mean, it works out perfect for him because he's got some lovely range 1 shots there. If Grudge is still around there, he's only got the 1 range 0 shot coming in, but Grudge is in a lovely position now to try and take out yellow. But Echo has bumped into Jul Jerjerrod, very much at risk of eating that bomb quite heavily there. And Jul Jerjerrod not moving. That 1 forward does not clear, so we could see some good destruction on there. Jul Jerjerrod will survive over there. There's only a potential of 2 damage, but that is unfortunate. Now, where is Scorch? Oh. Well, we've got a sneak preview. Kylo is doing a 3 bank, but Scorch 2 bank. I don't think he was anticipating the decloak down, but judging by it, I think he does still just have arc. Yeah, it looks like he might just have arc on yellow, so he's got 2, now 3 ships that can catch yellow. Oh, that's unfortunate for Kylo. He's put himself right where that bomb is. And I don't think there's anything Kylo can do to get away from that. Grudge might be at range to reroll one of those. But that is... Oh, that barrel might just save the day. I don't think so. I think that's still just in range. And more crucially, whilst he does have shots onto yellow, still that could be 3 shots back into Kylo. And Kylo's 5 points. So Kylo is a big prize to take out. Really debating the action here from Ned. I anticipate there's going to be a jam, but as to who he's going to jam, it looks like... Ooh, jamming the focus off of green. Stops suppressive gunners, stops the modifications as well. Oh, and Kylo is caught by that bomb. Unfortunate, and let's see. No damage there. Not going to re-roll that with Grudge when he's getting no damage. Echo, no damage. What about Jul Jerjerrod? Jul Jerjerrod takes 1. So from those 2 bombs, 1 damage, and it is actually to the person that dropped one of the bombs. That was a stroke of luck there for Ben. Echo still being up there. Will get to exchange shots with Jul Jerjerrod. No rerolls for the attacks there, so interesting predicament to be in. Interesting predicament. Fanatical will not be in effect for Jul Jerjerrod, but Echo will have Lone Wolf. But this is going to be Kylo. Cold dice. Looks like okay there. Unfortunate shot there from Kylo. It happens, but that's not a bad shot there. Hit crit. What of a crit onto Jul Jerjerrod, or what is that crit going to be? Oh, you hate to see it when you've only got 2 health left. It's a direct hit. That is going to be Jul Jerjerrod down. So that is another 2 points scored by Ben. Oh, that Bomblet Generator basically helped that one go through. I'm very impressed that Echo has managed to survive that over there. Scorch. Oh, not a great shot. I think it might have only had red there. That's tricky, but what can these Imdars do? Yellow and green are definitely going to have to go into Kylo. It's the only option. But does he also put blue into Kylo, or does he try and put some damage into Grudge? Against Kylo, it's going to be a lot of green dice. Oh, this is actually Scorch. Sorry, I think that was Jul Jerjerrod first into Echo. Nothing happening there. Scorch getting 1 in. That's going to be on yellow. Debating, does he save that focus? Does he want to go for aggression into Kylo? Could use the evade, could use the focus. If it was me, Yeah, that's the way around I'd do it. Use that evade. Don't worry about decloaking next turn. You want that aggression into Kylo. You want that focus. It's the only ship that's going to have a mod into Kylo. Obviously, you've got the suppressive gunner should you need it, but it is green going first. Range 1 into Kylo Ren. Oh, that's big. 2 hits, 2 crits into Kylo Ren there at range 1. Who needs mods when your dice are that hot? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And the Whisper's only got 2 evades as well, so that is shields down on Kylo Ren there, having to spend a force. That is a great start to the proceedings there. Would have been nice to have got one of those crits through, but shields down, spending a force. Yellow has got arc as well, and that's why you keep the focus. That's why you use the evade. 3 hits into Kylo Ren there at range 2. Oh, he's going to have to spend that last force, but that's 2 more damage. Kylo is down to 1. That is a big 2 points for... That is a big 2 points for Ben there. Now, does he go blue into Kylo, or does blue go into Grudge? Huge choice here. Oh, it's a huge choice. I mean, I think I would risk it for the biscuit and go into Kylo there. I mean, you get 1 more on Grudge, and that's another point, or you manage to get 1 into Kylo, and that's going to be 3 points. He's going for it. He is going for Kylo. No mods here. What are we going to see? I think he's still debating it. I mean, it's going to be... It's 3v2 or 3v3. Oh, he's going for Grudge. Ooh! 2 hits and a crit. These dice rolls have been insane. Hit crit into Grudge. Now I bet he wished he'd got into Kylo. But that crit onto Grudge is going to be a disabled power regulator. Ho ho, what a turn for Ben there. Kylo half-pointed, Grudge half-pointed, Echo still alive. Grudge not able to take out the Imdar either. I spoke too soon, he does have Fanatical. Nope, not able to take out that Imdar. Yellow is down to 1. Wow. I might have to ask Ben to borrow these Phantoms, because my Phantoms never stick around that long. That is huge. Point scoring wise, 9 to 15. That was a 7-point turn for Ben there to a 1-point turn for Ned. It was all tied up, looking all right. Then suddenly, Kylo went cold, Jerjerrod went down, and Grudge got half-pointed, and none of those Phantoms dropped. So we've got a cloak on green and blue. Echo just down here, happy. Probably going to just try and stick around that point and score. Red probably going to do the same up the top. We've got 12 minutes 40 left on the clock. Going into turn 5. Candy cane here, almost definitely from green. And the candy cane, obviously, that's a reference to the 2 decloak followed by a one hard maneuver, making it look like it is doing a candy cane when you put those templates together. But decloaking forward there from blue, decloaking right there from green. I reckon we'll see red just do a small left maneuver. Green is going to hard one, ship left back towards Ben, or maybe even Banks. Maybe Banks, just to try and keep that net wide. Grudge bumping into the back of blue. I'm assuming he didn't expect him to go that way. I'm wondering, can Ben get any guns on Grudge, or is he just going to go straight for Kylo? Because he takes Kylo out, he gets 2 more points, 2 more on the objectives if he is holding more, but he's got 5 ships on the board compared to 3, so he's definitely going to hold 2 of those. Just checking who is going to go first, who's going to least impact the other. K-turn from blue. There is your shot on Grudge if Kylo is not the best option. K-turn from yellow as well. No. Just the straightforward maneuver from yellow. Taking that evade, interesting. There we go, candy cane there from green. Said that we were likely to see that. He has Grudge in sight. Kylo could try and just thread that needle and get straight out there, but Ned needs him fighting. Ned needs him in the action. Red just doing the 2 bank at the top, taking the evade, getting ready to cloak later. Echo. We will have to wait. Bump there. Great move from green, bumping Scorch. So looking at it, Ben's not going to have a lot of shooting this turn. He's only going to have blue and green at most. But that could still be enough. Concern for yellow, though. Yellow is in a very tricky predicament. Too hard from Echo. Too bank from Echo. Clears that stress. Should be just in range of that point to score it. Definitely is now with that little barrel roll. And Kylo does thread right through. He's doing the K-turn. 5k threads the needle right through there. Still gives him shots on all options. Yellow has got to be target priority number 1. Yeah, there we go. Pattern analyzer for the barrel roll. Lovely range 1 on green. Can jam that evade off. But green is healthy. Green has taken no damage, so that's not the target you really want to be taking on. You really want to be taking on yellow, scoring. There's 2 points there for yellow. It's your best option, but green does You've now got 3 that could go into green. He's got a strain. He's got no evade. 2 range 1s and a range 0. Oh, Kylo, your dice just are not playing fair today. But that is half points on green. Strain gone. 2 more points for Ned. Looks like Kylo will survive here. So that blue could take a shot at him, but... Ooh, console fire onto green there from Kylo. Now, does Scorch... No, Scorch has taken the stress, so he is going for yellow. I think that's the best option. Go for yellow there once you've got possibly a range 1 shot, 1 health left. Then you can use Grudge to try and take out green. There we go. Stress to get an additional attack dice onto red. Restraining green. What a great combination there. Unfortunately, can't use Fanatical as not damaged. Yep, spend that evade. Oh, that's so frustrating. So close there from Ned. It's now going to come down to, can Grudge survive and then take out green? He's got to survive 2 shots coming into him. So we've got green and blue both going at... Nope. 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 Double hit, double crit. That is Grudge. Absolutely gone. Nothing Grudge can do about that. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. The combo that Ned had set up there, though, to do the damage into green was insane. Double strain, he hit, had the strain, getting an additional strain on there. Console fire doesn't do any extra damage to green. That could have worked out really well, but that return shot from green into Grudge before he got there, absolute fire. 2 range 1 shots that we've seen Ben do, 2 double hit, double crits. Absolute carnage. We've still got blue left to shoot. Can blue take out Kylo and live that dream? Is that a range? Looks like it's a range 2 on Kylo Ren. 3v2, a full house. Oh, nothing he can do to change that. Could suppressive gunner, but no point. Blank out from Kylo. Got brilliant evasion too. 1 blank, and Kylo is going to be gone. Oh, he is putting the deplete on there. Spending the force for brilliant evasion. Kylo Ren will survive that. But that's going to be 2 more points for Ben, taking us up to 19 with 2.5 minutes left. Our players did call it at this point, but what a clinic that Ben put on with those phantoms. Some absolutely great opportunities there for Ned as well. I love the way he set it up to try and take out green, then potentially take out yellow. Really, really well done, but those dice at the back end of the game from Ben were absolutely insane. Great to see the Phantoms doing some serious work there. Quite upgrades wise, quite a simple list. Suppressive gunner and targeted computer all over the place, but Phantoms, as we know, can be quite tricky, so lovely to see that. And lovely to see First Order back on the table with the FO bombers. But guys, that is going to be your game for this week. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.